Oh man, check that out. Okay, that looked awesome. We are definitely turning around to take a better look at that. Ahoy there, ChrisFish here, and today I'm gonna show you how to fish a roadside pond. So I'm out here on a small road trip in Maryland, and I wasn't planning on stopping to fish, and I do need to be at my family's house in about an hour and a half or so. But this pond looked way too good to just pass by, so we're gonna take a few minutes and see if we could catch some fish. All right, let's see what we got here. This looks super good from the road. Looks like it might be somebody's property. They have a rope here. I don't see any signs. Duck crossing, fire hydrant. I don't see any signs at all saying no fishing, but it does look like private property, and wow, this lake looks so good for a roadside lake. Oh, I saw a fish right there. Look at that. You see that? Oh, baby. Okay, well, I don't want to just start fishing here. First step to do is to figure out if it's state owned or if it's privately owned. This looks privately owned. I have a feeling it's owned by the farmer who's right there. Looks like his property butts up there. I would assume it's this. We could check real quick using like Zillow or something to see where the property lines are. Hopefully it's his because he has a phone number right on his sign, and I could call up and see if he'll let me fish for a little bit. So let's go do that now. Hey, how's it going? My name is Chris. I'm actually visiting family, and I came across your lake on the side of the road. I was wondering if there's a way I could fish it for a little bit. I'll catch and release and everything, and be respectful with the property, of course.
Let me ask the owner.
Thank you.
How many people are coming?
It's just me fishing.
Just you fishing. Okay, we'll give you 2 hours, okay?
Okay.
It's a liability issue, okay?
I completely understand. I'll be careful. I won't trash anything. It's all catch and release, and I'll be out of here in an hour or two.
That's fine. It's just, yeah, people show up a lot of times. We do appreciate you going. People show up at all hours, and it's crazy sometimes. But thank you, alrighty?
Completely understand. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Have a good one. All right, bought ourselves 2 hours of fishing in a prime location. Let's go not waste any time and get to fishing. So today we're fishing on the east coast of the United States in northeastern Maryland. It's the middle of the summer and there's been a heat wave for the past week or so it's pretty hot out. And today's no different. It's over 90 degrees Fahrenheit and it hasn't rained in a while. And this is a pretty open and shallow pond, so the water's very warm. Now if there's any fish in here, let's try to convince them to bite. So I am traveling. I have my travel backpack gear. It all fits right in here. This is actually what I use as my tackle box now, because a lot of times when I do freshwater fishing, it's not from a boat, it's just from traveling. So I have that, and then I have my portable fishing rod, which expands, and this will be enough to catch us some fish. So let's go get fishing. All right, so collapsible rod. This is really nice. This just opens up. Now you got yourself a 5-foot pole. Let me show you what we'll be using. So my favorite bait to go to is one of these. This is a tube, has a lot of flutter to it. I like using silver or a lighter color. This has a little bit of blue and purple speckle in it, almost like a bluegill, but silver is good because most bait fish are silver. Who knows what's in here? This is our first time ever seeing this, and you want to match the hatch. So I don't know what's in here, but I could almost guarantee there is a silver minnow or some type of fish in here. Darker lake, has a lot of weeds, probably want to use something lighter colored. That's what I like to do. Let me show you how I'm gonna rig this. So this doesn't look too deep. It looks pretty shallow, but it looks like there's a lot of good structure. Ooh, and a fish just jumped right there. I'm getting excited here. So what I'm gonna do with this, I have a 1/0 hook and I have a tube. What I'm gonna do, no weight or anything, I'm just gonna put the hook right in the middle and then bury the hook. Don't let it pop out, just bury it. There we go, to get buried in there. Now the hook is completely weedless, and also there is an air pocket in here that keeps it suspended in the water, so it doesn't go deep, and it kind of looks like an injured bait fish. I'll show you that right now. But let's get our first cast in. And if you watch the tube as I jig it, the tube looks like a dying or disoriented bait fish trying to swim away. And that right there looks delicious to a predatory fish like a largemouth bass. Oh, he's got it in his mouth. He's got it. Oh man, I just ripped it out of his mouth. Man, I just missed him. So here's a real quick replay of what happened. You can see that tube is looking delicious, and then you can see the shine of a small bass strike the tube and turn and swim away. I went to set the hook, but the bass didn't bite down hard enough, and basically I ripped it out of his mouth. So the fish isn't being aggressive, probably from the extreme heat. Okay, they're chasing it, but they're not biting it, which makes me think that this is a wide open area. There's not much structure, the sun is on them, there's nothing protecting them. So they're not as aggressive. They're more lethargic because it's warmer. It's middle of the summer type of thing. So take a look at the rest of the lake. There's plenty of area to walk down here. Over there is all shaded by that green duckweed or algae, whatever it is on the surface. We could fish right through that with the tube. It's weedless. So I'm thinking we walk down and try to find spots that there's more cover, more structure to hopefully convince the fish to bite. So I'm gonna cast towards the duckweed and let's see if that strategy works. And I really should be deeper into the duckweed. I'm still in open water, but oh, look at that, look at that. He's chasing it, he's chasing it. Oh man, come on, come on, come on. Take it, take it, take it. There we go. All right, and check out that jump. He's putting on a show for everybody. Perfect, we have our first fish, which means we aren't skunked. Take a look at this guy. He's probably just under a pound, so he's not a goonch, but he's super healthy, and it only took 5 minutes for me to catch my first fish, and I have a good feeling there's gonna be more, and hopefully we could find this fish's mom or dad. So let's get this guy back in the water. Beautiful, and he swam away nice and healthy. All right, and you can see what happens after you catch a fish. The hook gets set, get the weeds off the hook, and the tube is all the way up there. So all you have to do is pull the tube back down, pull the hook back in, and then just push the hook back in to make it weedless, like that. Make sure you don't have any weeds on it, and that's good to go. So right on the edge there. Ooh, you see that? That means they're feeding off the surface too, which is good. Oh, there we go, that was the guy. Oh yeah. Woo! Baby, look at this. This is a good one. Looks like a similar size. This is the guy that jumped. And there you go. Another healthy largemouth bass. Look at that. Such a good looking fish. A little bit of duckweed on him. Let's get him back in the water. Another 1 pounder, probably 1 or 2 years old. And he's off. Oh, there's a good one. Right at that edge again. Oh man, and these bass like to jump. I love it. Oh, this guy's a little fatter. All right, again, another beautiful fish, nice and healthy. Let's get him back in the water. Be free. So those last couple of fish are right at the transition. See the clear water and then that duckweed or algae at the top there? So if you cast into the transition, they really see that tube hit the water and they get attracted to it. And they don't want to go too far out of the structure because they're not afraid, but they don't want to be out there exposed to birds like ospreys or eagles or whatever. So they're gonna try to stay close to that. And that's where we got the last couple of fish. So we're gonna fish right on that transition. Always fish transitions, that's perfect. Oh, there we go. Similar size. Woo! Look at that. There we go. Oh man. That's like, what was that, 4 bass in 15 minutes? Right at that transition there. Let's get this guy back in the water. You can see I'm not chucking him. I'm just trying to get him in a little bit past the grass over here. You don't want to like throw a fish and have him body slam the water. Property owner, I'm sure he loves his lake and we don't want to do anything to hurt his fish. He's letting us fish here, so that's like one of the most important things. Be respectful of the property owner and of nature, of course, the fish. So again, don't be afraid to use the whole lake. The transition was great, but the wind is blowing it and changing it. So let's go over here where it's flat and undisturbed. This looks awesome. So I wanted to try something a little bit different and mix it up. Let's see if we could get a shot of me catching a fish with the quadcopter. So I'm gonna try casting right in front of the camera view. Good, and let's see if we could get hooked up here. Fish on, fish on, fish on, perfect. Oh man, I can't believe this. I really hope we got that on camera. That was so cool. And the fish is jumping like crazy. Oh man, this is awesome. Let's reel him in the rest of the way. Yes, we shall call this guy Quadcopter Fish. That was so cool. And check it out. While he's not a big guy, that was just a lot of fun. And I really hope that footage came out because that's gonna look awesome. And that's how you catch fish in a green lake. And if you look at this lake, the duckweed is now covering basically the whole surface, and it looks like someone's front lawn. It doesn't even look like a lake, yet the fish are going crazy. Okay, look here. There's a fish that came right to the surface off camera. I'm gonna see if I can get him to bite. He was right here. Yes, that is insane. Every cast is another fish. Yes, look at this guy, another one. Let's go get this guy back in the water. And he's off. Okay, so I just saw another fish come to the surface about 15 feet in front of me, right in front of the shoreline. So I'm gonna reel it in to where I last saw him. Okay, so it's right about here. Got him, there we go. All right, I haven't seen bass fishing this good in a long time. Every cast is a fish. And again, another similarly sized fish, but man, oh man, is this fun, especially on this lightweight rod. So let's get this guy back in the water. All right, last cast because I really need to go. It's been about an hour and everybody's wondering where I am. So let's see if we can catch a fish on our last cast. Got him. Yes, last cast, and we have a fish. How amazing is this pond? I'm so glad I stopped here. It looks like a green lawn. It's all weeds, and we're catching fish left and right. This is absolutely amazing. And check it out, this fish is pretty interesting. You can see he's been caught before because his jaw is broken. But that didn't stop him from eating my bait, and he looks pretty healthy. It looks like he's eating, so that's a good thing. Good. Yes! 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 This is such a good lake. So unfortunately, it's time to leave, but we caught around 10 fish, which is amazing for an hour of fishing, but we need to go. Nice thing is the rod collapses just as easy as it opens. Though I don't really need space in my Hummer, it does collapse down very small. Hey, how's it going? This is Chris. You let me fish on your pond for a few minutes. I just want to say thank you. Caught a couple of bass, threw them all back in, and awesome pond you have, and I appreciate you letting me fish in.
That's no problem. I'm glad you had a good time. Thank you for calling.
Have yourself a good one.
All right. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
And that's how you do it. So you always want to be respectful to the owner of the pond and the property owner, and that's how you fish a roadside lake. That is perfect. Like, you see something, you fish it, you catch fish. Beautiful. So not a bad way to spend an hour, but I do need to get to my family's house, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider hitting that subscribe button. And as always, all the fishing gear I used will be linked down in the description so you can easily find it, including the portable fishing rod and that backpack tackle box that's really nice.